Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Retherford Roamings. I hope everyone is having an awesome day. And yes, I'm in the woodshed. So today we are going to show you our property, and I think you'll be surprised. We were talking about the other day about homesteading and what it takes to homestead, and we get comments about people that say they love our property and they would do homesteading if they had more property, and they would love to live the simple life like we do in our little cabin, if they had more property to do it. And so we were talking about homesteading. What truly is homesteading. And in Alaska, when I was growing up, they actually did homesteading. They would actually give property to Alaskans, and then you had to upgrade your property in a certain way. And a lot of the farms in the valley here were actually homestead farms, and there are still some properties that are still owned by the families of the original homestead properties. And there are other ways to actually to get property here in Alaska, although they no longer do the homesteading program. They stopped doing that in 1976. Not to age myself, but I was 6 then, and I did live in Alaska. But they repealed it once, and the last person to actually receive a homestead property was in 1988. So that program is no longer available. But they do have a thing where there are certain land that you can go and stake out, and then if it's approved by whoever has to do that, and then you can actually buy that property if it's approved. You can buy it on auction, or whatever price they set it at, you can buy it at that price. And so there is ways, and you can live completely off grid here in Alaska anywhere you'd like. We have no regulations about that, and some states you are not allowed to live off grid. I'm not sure why. I've never lived anywhere else, so I don't understand that, but there's a lot of strange laws out there. But anyway, I wanted to just show you our property, and we're just going to do a little tour, and I'm going to show you our homestead, because I looked it up, and the definition of homestead: a residence, a home where you dwell. And the outbuildings and property surrounding, all included, is a homestead. You cannot rent a house or an apartment or anything like that and call it your homestead. You must own the house and the property, and normally there's outbuildings that go along with that, and that is called a homestead. And people are calling their homes and the land around it their gardens, and they're calling that their homestead. And so we're going to call this our homestead, because you'll see we have multiple homes, lots of buildings, and lots of garden, and we have our chickens, and so we are living sustainably on our land. Although we do not have cattle or farm animals, they do have regulations about that, and the only one that I know of is that you cannot have free range animals in Alaska. They must be fenced in. It can be a large area, but they must be fenced in, because they are protecting the wildlife and the natural resources. And so you cannot have your cattle without a fence. But we do not have any farm animals at this point, except for the chickens. But we do eat meat and fish, and we allow nature to raise them up and take care of them for us, and then we do the honors of, we get the honor of hunting and fishing and filling our freezers, and we don't have to pay to take care of them while they are growing up. So we don't have to raise our own cattle or any of that sort of thing. So that's awesome. So I'm just going to take you on a little tour of our property and show you what we've got going on here and our progress. If you've seen some of our other videos, especially this winter or this spring, you will know that this building was empty. This is our woodshed, and we are not done filling it, but we are getting closer to the end of summer, and fall is just around the corner, and this will need to be filled. But anyway, we are going to get busy, and I'm going to show you around the property. All right, we're just going to start out here. Yes, we actually live on a paved road. We have neighbors everywhere. This is our driveway. This is a cedar fence, and this is the power line right away. So we're going to go in the driveway, and we are going to turn right. And this is where we park all of our vehicles along the fence here. We have 5 adults that live on this property, and so there are actually 6 vehicles besides the RV. The RV does run and move, but since I've been married to David, it hasn't left the yard, mostly because I prefer to go camping in a tent, and because the only time I've ever actually slept in an RV or a camper is actually when I lived in one, and that was a lot of fun. But yeah, it's used for storage. This is just another parking area. That person is gone right now. This is another outbuilding. This is a shed. It also has storage in it. There are a couple snow machines stored in there. This here is Maddie's surprise. We haven't done the video on that yet. You might be able to guess what that is. Back here we have, this is my son-in-law's summer project. This is an old family farm tractor, and he's been rebuilding it. And that back there is a camper, and my son and his daughter actually live in that camper. And there's another snow machine. That's an old one, but it's going to be fixed up this year, I believe. Up here, you've seen this. This is the chicken yard. We have 8 chickens. We have 4 ducks and 2 geese. And they are all girls. We have a girl farm, so we get lots of eggs. And that little building out there is the food barn, and that's where we keep all their food. And then this is the roosting house, and we have the Dutch door type thing where we can open the bottom and let them in and out, and then the top is the man door that we can open both of those, or we can open the top and let air in. There's 2 windows on the sides, and then there is a ramp in the back for them to go up and down, and there are steps and a ramp on the front also. There's one of our chickens here. There's a duck. Where's the geese? They must be inside today. And then this little building here is that's where we introduced the new ones into the coop in the spring. We'll put them in there, and we had a video about that where I enclosed a small portion, and so the older chickens and the younger chickens can see each other through the fence, but they can't get at each other quite yet, and we're just introducing them to the coop. And then this originally was the duck house. It was separated so that they each had different places to, and that one over there was the goose house, the other little one, and the chickens had the big one. They were all separated, but during the winter they decided they would all live together because it was cold, and when it was really cold, they all snuggled in together, so that became the food barn over there. There's our geese. There's the pretties. They all got baths yesterday, so they're all pretty. And so from up here, I'm standing up on this on the hill by the chicken, and you can see there's where we park our cars. There's this, and then this is the back of the house. That is where my daughter and son-in-law live, and they have 4 kids, and they are expecting another. So that is a 3-bedroom house, and that was David's house when we met, but we decided that we didn't need that much space. So, as you know, we built that tiny cabin in the backyard, and then the kids live in the house. So if we continue on around, this is the house. This is the son-in-law's trailer. 4 snow machines, side-by-sides, all that deal. That's his grill, barbecue grill. There's our fire pit, which is pretty full right now. This is wood we still need to process before winter. The kids' bikes. That is my daughter's greenhouse. Up there, you've seen that. That's the woodshed that we need to finish filling before winter. This is my little area for sitting. I like to sit out here sometimes in the evening or the mornings when it gets sunshine, but right now all the pillows are up because we had a couple weeks of rain. So I just put the pillows up to keep them a little drier. And up there is the hammock. You've seen me in the hammock. And here's my hammock chair. I like to sit in that also. This is my little area. I'll go up here. That was our barbecue grill, but it doesn't actually work. We need to get rid of that. There's the entrance to the woodshed. This is a little outdoor, this is our little barbecue area, picnic area. This is our backyard. And if you see up there, you can see houses. We actually do have neighbors on all sides. This is where I hang my laundry. It's our backyards. You can hear a neighbor's child somewhere crying. We have neighbors. This is our house, our cabin that we built. And then we come out here. We're going to go up this little path I've been working on. See that one of my stones fell. This was a step. That's the backyard again. We're going out here, this little walkway. This is our raspberry bushes we just got a couple days ago. So they will come back hopefully next year looking a lot better than they do right now. But we're going to have to put this fence up properly and get it covered so that the moose don't eat them. So we're going to go back over this way, back out to the front. And then you've seen this trail a few dozen times. This is a little part of my little garden area. There's a bird feeder. This is where I've planted my ferns. Some are planted this year, so they'll come back next year. This little area here. And you've seen this. This is our outdoor shower area. And this, of course, you've seen this. This is our outhouse. And then on this side is my little garden planting shelf, bench. And here I have mint here and peppermint. And then here is my garden. And most of my flowers have come and gone. So maybe I'll put some, I'll show you some pictures of my flowers here. I'll insert them. I still have a few. There's a few flowers left. A few things still happening in here. Things are gone to seed already. Just starting to establish the garden, so it's this first year garden, so there's not a lot there. And then you watched us build these planter boxes, so those are my vegetables growing in there. And these are the tomato plants. So. Got some nice little tomatoes growing on there. So we'll see how that does. They need to hurry up. Our summer's getting close to end. And then we have lettuce and onions. And then over there we have my squash box. That's my squash plants. We got to go back over here for a minute, just for 1 minute, because I added this recently in the last couple weeks. My potato patch. It's really small, but those are my potatoes. So we'll see what we get from that. Okay. Back over here. There's the house. So we're real close. This is my son-in-law's Arctic shelter there, Shelter Logic. Here we have pallets and extra wood. And you've seen this back here. That is the compost bin. This is wood we haven't gotten up out of the back woods yet, but yeah, you can see the neighbors. And that big pile of leaves back there, that's our yard compost. So that's the kids' fort way over there, all those dead leaves. This is the Shelter Logic. There's storage in there. And this is the house again. We're walking on around. There's Maddie. And this is more wood that we hauled out this spring, but we didn't get a chance to burn because we went into a burn closure early on this year. So in the winter, we'll be burning some of that stuff. This is all the kids' toy area. This is mostly where they play. And then this is all my daughter's garden area. She's got quite a bit of vegetables and flowers and medicinal herbs and berries and rhubarb. And then that out there is David's rat rod, which we have videos on that too. And then here we are back out at the road. And here's the house. So, let me show you from a different perspective our area. It's hard to see what's actually going on through the camera. So there's the chicken area, which we share that. I have chickens and my daughter has chickens, so we share that area and we share the yards. But that area there between the woodshed and the outhouse, that's pretty much our area for the cabin. And then the rest of the yard is mostly the other kids, the kids and the grown kids and the grandkids. So that's our cute little property. So that is our property, and so we have a lot going on. We have 3 families living on the property. We have multiple gardens. We have chickens, and we have a lot going on. But is it a homestead? Would it be considered a homestead? It's less than an acre. Honestly, we have less than an acre here, but I believe we are using almost every inch of it. And so we try to live simple and self-sustaining, and we all get along great, and we're sharing in life. So we call it our little homestead. There wasn't land that was homesteaded or given from the state of Alaska, but this is our homestead. So I hope that you enjoyed our little property video, and just know that you can live simply anywhere that you want, and you can have a homestead anywhere you want. We don't live in the city limits, but we honestly are just outside. We are half a mile outside of city limits, and we have neighbors on all sides. And yeah, we just made it our homestead, and this is where we live and how we live, and we live sustainably, and we live simply, and we live in our little dry cabin, and we love our life here, and we love spending time with our kids. Yeah, we have traffic noise. We love spending time with our kids and with our grandkids here on the property, and we're making memories and enjoying life. So thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed yet, we would ask that you would consider subscribing, and don't forget to hit that notification bell, because we will be having plenty more videos, and you don't want to miss any of those videos or our Alaskan adventures. So until next week, thank you for watching, and we'll see you then. Bye.